That's me fucking up. You see what I'm saying?
Welcome to the Men of the Metaverse podcast. This is a channel where we discuss hot topics in our community. Our focus is to be a positive channel on YouTube and share our perspectives on fundamental issues. Make sure you tune in every week for new videos and join the conversation. Please hit the thumbs up button and subscribe. And now, here are your hosts, Brandon and Lewis.
That thing is loud in my ear. Lewis, what's going on? How you doing today? Or how you doing tonight?
I had the last 3 days, but the best 3 days I had so far, 2024.
Oh, that's good. Did you do anything different? Was it
Nah,
just peaceful?
medical issues.
Okay, I got you.
My medical stuff felt a little better.
I got you. But you know, we live in a world where traveling and spending money, people think that's good living or that's better living than just a regular everyday thing. But it's not. Like sometimes what you value as you get older changes. And the more important thing is I'm healthy, I'm happy, I'm at peace.
Yeah, I didn't wake up during the night to double check, make sure I could still fit my legs.
I didn't. And everybody doesn't go through that. So for sure, that's something.
You said everybody happy.
Everybody doesn't go through that. Everybody doesn't think about that.
Hey, I didn't do it the last 3 days, so it's doing a little better. And hopefully I can say F those doctors and let me take these supplements.
You thinking about doing a holistic way a little bit?
Nah, I do everything, Brennan.
So a little bit of everything. I'm with you.
I got my toes in there. I got my toes and everything, but putting those screws.
Mm-hmm.
I said, something telling me to hold on. You know, my dad he's still in the hospital. Dad went in the hospital. I told you off camera that was like one of the big fear I had with my situation. You remember when I told you that?
Yeah.
You know,
because you're a protector. You talk about that a lot. Like you want to be able to protect the ones that you care about.
Correct. I'm not a fighter. I'm a protector.
I got you.
I'm a peacemaker.
Okay,
I try to be a peacemaker. So if you start some mess with over here, I go decease that mess to bring the peace by almost any means legally necessary.
Right. Like one of our favorite rappers said, he got an attitude adjuster. Remember when Pastor Troy said that?
Well, yeah. But Brandon, when you get older, the pen
is what
is more powerful than one of these.
And how so? Because that's a good point. But how so?
The pen. This is the man. You put the man on the man. You put the man on him. They can't do nothing. Right. You can take the biggest thugs. I gotta be careful because that's a loaded pistol right there. You can take. Hold on. You could take the biggest thugs in the world. Call down the DHA, wherever the department is, and get that baby mama kicked off assistance. Let's see how much thug he got.
Right. You got to know when to hit your opponent, especially when you get older. You can't fight the same way. You can have a fist fight, but it's always a smarter way to do it. Like you say, with the pen.
Your C's getting kicked out on the streets is better than any slap in the face.
You're right. That burns the soul differently. So
yeah.
And speaking of which, we were talking about rappers and how they handle stuff. It's a lot going on with Meek Mill. I guess we'll start from the beginning, sort of. It's a producer named Little Rod. He's got a lawsuit against Diddy for not getting paid on some of the beats he did for his album. And in the lawsuit, he names a Philadelphia rapper who was dating Nicki Minaj, had intercourse with Puff Daddy. So everybody kind of figured out who that was. He also said he was alluding to somebody who did a Super Bowl performance that did R&B. So we kind of know who that may be too, right? That might be Usher, allegedly, right?
Yeah, man, I tried to pull the video up. I forgot the name of the song by singing it a day before the Super Bowl.
Uh-huh.
Music video. Puff Daddy called Usher while he was laying in the bed in his underwear. Usher took his hand, reached down his pants. Hey, Diddy.
Are you
and
serious?
they ain't no allegedly. That's on the video.
Right.
And trying to find it.
Right. And it's been a lot of weird stuff going on for years about Diddy and some other people, but what we kind of brush it off. We don't say too much about it. Nobody really speaks about it. But we, in the back of our mind, we know. But Meek didn't like being associated with this in his lawsuit. And what he did, he went and attacked academics for talking about him, you know. What is that? Did he do everything good so far, or he should have just let it go? Because Usher didn't say anything when he was mentioned or alluded to something. I mean, him being named in the lawsuit, he didn't say anything.
I may believe they did something. You know the reason why, Brandon?
Why? He going there? Okay, let's go.
I have a theory in life.
Okay, I'm listening.
When you can see a male's nipples through the t-shirt.
That means what? That means you're a little saucy, you're a little freaky.
That means, in my opinion,
okay,
according to Kitchen G,
okay.
So, in my opinion, that used to mean you got something going on.
Well, you know, he's got expensive garments on. He got silk on. You know, diamonds. No, that on that. No, where you sit?
They be like. They be like that, Brandon. Right, I don't understand it.
Right.
I don't see. Hold on, Brandon. I see your nipple.
No, you don't. I'll look on there. I know.
I don't think I'll see one. I don't think you see. But when you see guys' nipples like that, because you aren't supposed to see them.
Right. Especially if you're gonna be around, you're gonna be out and about around other guys. You know, you don't want to send the wrong signals to people, right? Or maybe you do. He may be trying to send signals to somebody, but
I don't know, dude. Guys, I don't know, bro. I never thought of, but I never want my nipples exposed through no shirt.
I'm with you, but if you buying shirts and it's too tight, it might hug you too, you know, but you just can't be out. Yeah. And like I said, that shirt, that black, and it's a different material. You just gotta be careful with different materials. So
yeah, I don't need to see man over letters. What's the name of that take around the nipples?
What is God? I can't even say it now. Hold on. God, I have to come back to it.
Yeah, they get bumpy. You don't see that. No man, shit, you crazy?
I got
they ain't no the light. They ain't no nectar for life.
Right, and it's just certain things. I know some guys, old school, they're not around you with your toes out, and I don't have a problem with that because I'll wear slides or whatever. But it's some of those old school things that just, you know, certain guys pick up on it and be like, "Whoa, what kind of signals are you sending me?" So.
Well, the last man I saw with both of his nipples out, the man was bisexual on the Kennedy show, and they was out like this. They were showing like that.
Right. You know? You trying to show off, and like I say, if you know somebody may be that way, you may want to check how you dress because you might be teasing them. Just like a woman dressing a certain way around a man. Diddy might like how Meek is around him that way. You saw the video when he was in the pool. He's talking about, I'm proud of you, Daddy. You know, he was kind of in there with his shirt off, and you might just be having fun at Puff's house, chilling, not knowing that, you know, you enticing him. So
well, let's give this let's food for thought, guys. Man, don't let money make you do a lot of things, but if you know you're an inside freak, just keep it freaked up. You know, don't let it out the gate.
Right,
because you got money. Just be regular, man. Where happened to regular having 1, 2, 3, 10 wives? Why jumping across the river have 10 wives and 2 dudes? That ain't make sense.
Nah, it's a different time. Like I say, people they get bored doing certain stuff. They want to try different things, but it's okay to be regular. But what the point? Go ahead. What do you want to say?
Breath smell like Ruffus potato chips. You know what I mean? He coming there musty. What the hell you want with this man? You know. But hey, they like what they like.
I hear you. But you know, like we were saying, Meek kind of went off on academics about it because he didn't like how he was saying and insinuating that he was gay and he's straight, and they kind of went back and forth, and to the point where he was gonna pull up to academics' house and try to kill him. Should you take it that far?
Meek, you're lucky you're out of jail now. All right. Let's
Right.
get that for the first time. You was being ignorant,
Popping
riding them
wheelies.
dirt bikes in Philadelphia. Somebody
Right.
filmed, one of your boys filmed you, AK snitching for the gram.
Right.
And that judge who you said you can't be in my video with Nicki Minaj said, I got you now.
Right.
And it took a billionaire,
yeah, Robert
to pull
Kraft
some strings to get you out, and you had to sign with him once you came out.
Right, you had to do some things with them, and go around doing prison reform, quote unquote, and entertaining at those parties and stuff. But should he turn the street life around? Because I'm not saying he's not from the streets, but it goes back to that BG conversation we had. When you get out, change how you are. He's a grown man. I'm not sure how old Meek is, but he's 35 plus.
I seen the documentary, and I remember allegedly Permit Mill, he ain't never sell drugs. It was the people who around him.
There you go. And that's what it is. That's what it is most of the time. That's what it is most of the time.
And but he came outside because the block was hot.
and then what happens?
And the cops got him with a pistol.
Right. But then what happens?
You pistols in Philadelphia.
Why not? You just
in Pennsylvania,
it's like New York.
You can, but not in Philadelphia.
Okay.
It's too many dark-skinned people in that area. So you can't have no guns in Philadelphia.
I got you.
And he took the rip. Bail money, $500. 3 drug dealers in the house could come up with $500 to bail them out. This man had to spend months in jail. Man, get your ass up out of here, man.
Right. But then what does he do? He doesn't sell drugs, but he starts rapping about it, becomes big, becomes a character, and then he can't turn that character off. So now you have to crash out. You have to say you're going to kill somebody. You have to do these things. When you're a millionaire, you shouldn't even have to worry about this. You think Bruce Willis got to call up Sylvester Stallone and they had to go back and forth talk about, I'm going to kill you and all this stuff?
Bruce Willis can't remember. He got dementia. He could be anybody he want to be. Huh?
That's true.
He
Bruce Willis still acting
right now. Shit, you don't know who he is.
Right.
He got the worst kind, the kind that's on the top in the front of your brain like that.
But I think I just seen Bruce Willis in a trailer. He's doing more movies and stuff.
Nigga, you lying, man. You know you lying. You lying. Okay. If he doing one, he think he's somebody else. He ain't Bruce Willis.
Let me type in Bruce Willis 2004 and see if he got any movies coming out.
Man, he don't get Brandon. I said the man got severe dementia, Brandon.
Okay, maybe I could have swore maybe it was somebody else, but Bruce Willis stayed with movies coming out, and it's usually the same type of movies, kind of like what's it called? But
he got the same dementia that what's the lady name talk show Whitney Williams got.
Oh, Whitney Williams. Oh yeah,
and you see how it's affecting her.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe you're right. Bruce Willis hasn't done a movie.
Bruce Willis on the moon right now.
Okay,
and I pray for the families with people with dementia.
Right, because it's a serious thing for sure.
Yes, I know what you're going through, and I just pray to God that that person knows how to eat, knows who you are.
Yeah.
Because it's different levels of dementias. Some dementias, you could be around a person. Some people you can't.
Yeah. And they may not even know who you are. They may remember for a second and then forget. What did Timothy say? Shout out to Timothy for coming through. The majority of non-blacks view all blacks as thugs and criminals.
Facts.
So a black man won't be treated like a civilian until he becomes famous or a senior citizen.
I don't know about no senior citizen.
You don't think so? So you don't think so? You can't. You don't get no respect when you become a senior citizen when you're about 60.
Brandon, I got something on my phone in Annapolis, Maryland. You see, I can tell you something. White folks don't want no public transportation.
And what do you mean?
Because public transportation.
In the areas, yeah.
From crowd areas to go to your areas and bring it back up.
Right.
So in Annapolis, two guys stole a car, so they don't need public transportation. Roll down there to the capital of Maryland, White lady getting out of the Bank of America, they put the guns on her. 80 years old. Give me the money.
You're right. It shouldn't be that way.
Took the money, drove back off in a stolen car. What they probably going to? 2 places in Baltimore.
Okay, go ahead. Break it down.
PG County. That's Prince George County. Or they going back to Baltimore in that stolen car. That's what they do. You know, kids used to steal cars. Man, I'm about to
joyride around.
Eric about to drink up. When I say me and Eric, I'm talking about myself. We about to drink up in this motherfucker. You know what I'm talking about?
Right.
But nah, these kids these days, I go steal the car to commit a
crime, murder,
a violent crime.
Yeah.
You know, me and Eric just try to get drunk at the park
and just hang out. Right.
But no cell phones, but no social media was back there. You know, I mean, shit, we were lucky we came up on some bitches.
Right.
But
to wrap it up with Meek, so should Meek lean into the gangster image that he had success with, or the new version of himself where he's trying to, because like I said, he battles it. He had a new project out talking about killing, talking about selling drugs, how hard it was. Should he change his music too? Because he ain't selling, he's not selling drugs. He's with billionaires. He's, you know, at these parties, you know. So what should he's got his nipples out, you know. Well, his nipples.
In the words of Shannon Sharp, that which I had to take this in my life this weekend, do not chase a lie. So if the man is lying, just let it go. No need to talk about it. Just let it go.
Yeah, because you can only make it worse, and people say, "Oh, you're bothered by this. Let me bother you some more. Let's turn it into a bigger thing."
Nah, you can't beat a lie, Brandon.
You can't beat a lie. But I think some people like to be like, "Well, I'm not gonna," like with Shannon Sharp. He was like, "I can address it, or I can talk about certain things." But I think when you address certain things, people only jump on more. They're like, "Oh, you must be guilty, or you must be hiding something."
That's what they do. Yeah, and you can't beat a lie, because if a person say a lie, they don't got no rules of engagement. Anything is on the table.
And especially when it's something like this, I think you can, if I say Lewis slapped my mama, you can say I didn't do that. But if somebody tries to put some sexual allegations on you, I think you don't even engage in that, because what you know, if you know it's true or not, is no way to really beat that. It's no way to do it. You just have to step away from it. What do you think about that?
I think we messing up on the time limit. I just looked up.
Well, we been did that. We were supposed to do 4 minutes and 12, but I was trying to tie it up. We went off to Bruce Willis, but yeah, Meek, let it go. You know, you don't have to crash out on the internet. But speaking of people crashing out, doing different things, but Kanye West is back having issues with Adidas. Did you see that?
Man, he already know. Can you, when you do deals with a slave master, you know they ain't gonna pay you your wage.
But remember, he's the one that told us slavery was a choice, and if you want to be free, you have to, you know, you chose to do this, and he chose to sign these contracts with Adidas, and he's using them just like they're using him. But they separated, and he should have left it at that. But he came back together. And they're like, yeah, we're going to use you because you're hot right now. We're going to make colorways you don't approve of, and we're going to try to sell them. So
Kanye West, when you sign the contract, I don't know what the contract says, but I guarantee you said this. Kanye West, you don't own nothing that comes out the output.
Right.
Only thing we paying you for your input. So you input a design that you came out 10 years before we pushed it out.
Right.
And we gonna run the Michael Jordan hustle on them. Change the colors up and keep on pushing it out.
Correct. Because people are gonna buy them regardless. So you know, but just think when Jordans were coming out, you would have maybe how many Jordans a year? Maybe two different colors, maybe a year.
No, Brandon, quit.
Go ahead.
Brandon, stop acting like the new kids.
Go ahead.
Act your age.
You might have gotten
one.
You might. Okay, you got one
a year.
But did they not make different colors? Like he had when Jordan was playing in shoes, he did have other colorways of shoes. I can't remember exactly.
You can't name them.
I can't name, but
you can't name them, Brandon.
If we pull up Jordan's career, he didn't just have one colorway shoe. They might have not always sold them, but I'm pretty sure Jordan put out not saying the ones that he played in, but they had I said this the main Jordan for this year, but they had other Jordans too. They released other Jordans.
In my opinion, based on my memory, when Jordan stopped playing 2000, what is it, 3 or 2000 or 2000?
He wasn't when we was in high school. I think he was getting ready to retire because I think the Wizard. Remember the Wizards?
Yeah, is that 2003, 2002?
Probably.
At that moment, then Jordan started changing out the shoes.
And when you say changing out, what do you mean?
Changing out the colors. But on my memory, per Brandon used to wear to school sometimes. A pair of shoes came out once a year.
Yeah, they had one official drop for sure.
And it was that color.
It was
and a new shoe came out next year.
Yeah.
It's when Jordan stopped playing. That's why I say let's revisit.
Yeah, but that's for sure. But I'm not sure whether they dropped anything in between that time. So they never did. Like, say we're on Jordan 12. You don't think they dropped any Jordan 2s in a different color? You know for sure they didn't do it. Okay,
I don't think so. I never seen them.
Yeah.
Like
and nobody will wear them to school either. Just
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. But I'm just making sure, like, just because we didn't see it or nobody was doing that, I'm just making sure that
it's 1998. No, okay. The Jordan when he came back with a 45, he had those. I forgot which numbers there are, but he had a specific shoe we came back.
Yeah. I know which one you're talking about.
Nobody was wearing that shit in 98.
I don't think so. No, I don't. Not like that. Like I said, not like that. But just compared to how it is now, like you'll have a different Jordan almost every week. That's a lot of shoes and a lot of money. But what did Timothy say? I'm gonna say 80% of black men from the age of 2 years old to 55.
55 is kind of up there, ain't it?
I think so. I can see. What else are you gonna wear?
I remember growing up in the 90s. They did Jordans was only way you get hyped up when you bought the new pair of Jordans.
Yeah.
When you went down to the basketball court, people was playing basketball shoes in old Jordans.
You're right.
I ain't never seen old Jordans new in the current year. I ain't never seen that until
that's a fair point.
The late 2000s, when they came out with all these colors and throwbacks and reissues. It's called the hustle game.
But when do you think they had the idea that I think people are going to buy these old shoes over and over again if we keep dropping them?
Around 2002.
I don't think people had. Do you think people had the money to do it back then, like that, like to buy Jordans in mass like that?
Yeah, they had the money. You bought one pair, and you was a man and a woman for that 1 year. The following year, like I said. Those old Jordans became real basketball shoes. And then you bought the new ones who came out that year.
Right. But what if you had the opportunity and the means to buy 6 pairs of Jordans that they dropped? You think we would be able to do it?
Ain't no man in the world was buying 6 pairs back then. Brandon.
But they're doing it now. They're doing it now somehow. How are they doing? But that's what I'm saying. What's the difference?
Right now, back then, it was not such thing as collectibles. Only thing collectibles was 1970 Chevelles, and they was $3,000 back then. It was collectibles just came out in the 2000s.
So you think that's what it is? It's more people want to collect
yes.
But I think what I'm trying to get at, we didn't need that many Jordans. We didn't need that many. We were fine with just one release. You know what I'm saying? You get that one shoe, you appreciate it, you take care of your shoes. But now kids, they don't hold on to Jordan like we did. So when they get some shoes, it's just a pair of shoes. I just push them off to the side. Like we really cared about our shoes. Go ahead.
Now this may be true or false. Beach Dad, my friend Brandon, bought some damn Jordans in 2001.
Okay.
For like $200, came with a briefcase.
They did. They were ugly too, but
when he bought that motherfucker briefcase, I said I can't afford them $200 shoes because I want to buy some speakers.
And that's the thing. You had to figure out, okay, what am I not going to buy this month or for the next couple months because I want these shoes?
Brandon had them shoes for 1 year. Ain't no other pair came out.
You're probably right. And what other shoes were people buying? I remember seeing, somebody, I think Eric might have had the Griffies, like shoes like that were, you could get your hands on them, or he had them for a couple of years type of thing. So
I don't even know. People buy Jordans, they buy Air Maxes.
Yeah. Penny Hardaway. Remember you said you first saw me when I had the pennies on.
Brandon, that was a decade later we're talking about here. I'm talking about when I see you came to school with the briefcase with the shoes in there, briefcase. And they was ugly ass Jordans.
They were super ugly, and I didn't want to buy them, but I had to because they were Jordans. And that's the thing people don't understand. Like you kind of had to do that. You had to get those. That was the one purchase you kind of wanted. And I think Eric got them too, right?
Yeah, y'all spent $200. I was buying the Air Maxes that cost $150 now for about $70, and they still making them. Air Max 74s or something. The one with the small little air bubble on the side.
I know. I've been looking for just a basic pair of Nikes, but I don't want to spend $160 on no Nikes that they had 20 years ago. It's the same design. But it's to say whites and Latino people don't wear Jordans in the 90s, but yeah, they for sure do.
Yeah, Brandon, what white person besides maybe the guy who was a star baseball player at school, what white person had Jordans growing up?
They didn't really. They didn't have to. They didn't have to. And I guess, like I said, in the moment you didn't understand what that was if you're not in a part of our culture. Like it wasn't Instagram. You couldn't really see what we saw, or if you're not paying attention to basketball, you're not paying attention to Michael Jordan like that. You don't understand what those shoes meant to us. They were paying attention to baseball or whatever else they were, watching hockey or whatever. So now it's more global. Go ahead.
Back in 2001, Brandon came to school with a $200 briefcase Michael Jordans.
Did I bring the briefcase to school?
I don't know. Minimum wage was $5.
Food Lion.
How the hell? How many hours you had to work to get $200 pair of shoes making $5 an hour, Brandon?
First of all, my whole check was probably working at Food Lion was probably less than $200, $220. So
what was that for the month?
No, 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
Man, I used to make $70 a week at CBS.
I think I made about 150. I probably made close to almost 150 working at Food Lion. Are you sure that's how much you made? You made
Brandon, I know how much is $74, Brandon. $69, Brandon. I used to cash the checks.
That's crazy to think about. But just think, minimum wage has gone up. Shoes have kind of gone up. Yeah.
Shoes,
groceries.
The Jordans, same price.
The Jordans are the same price. I wonder why that is. Why hasn't Jordan? But I think it's a decent, I guess, what I want to say, amount. It's a decent amount. It's not too scary. It's familiar to us. Like a black person be like, okay, I can spend $200 on some shoes. If the Jordans were $400, no, I don't know.
Brandon, $200 is a lot of money.
That's
Brandon,
a lot of. You talking about now?
You paid your baby mama's rent for a month back then, Brandon, for $200.
Right. But were we doing it? But like I say, back then it was only one drop a year, like one major drop a year. So you could do that. But now it's almost every week. So
you're right.
It's a little different. Well, but like I say, we're not gonna stick on this too much. Kanye is in it's a weird situation. He's hot right now. He dropped the album. I'm not even sure if you listened to it, but of course Adidas is gonna try to capitalize off that and sell some shoes. But
so he dropped the album for real?
Yeah, he finally dropped the album. They was trying to do some stuff to kind of block it, but it still ended up being the #1 album in the country for that week.
Oh, at the same time, Adidas said they pushing out the
new
for
cover. Sure. Yeah.
Boy, I tell you, see the con man in Adidas.
Right. You know who this is? I know you do. Okay. How do you feel about her? Because
that's an awful picture of it, though. God almighty.
Well, it was some worse pictures than this on there. I wasn't trying to be too, but I don't want to be biased, and I don't want to be a hater. Do you think she's gonna be good in the WNBA? I think,
of course, she playing with women.
Right.
You know, they got a woman scoring 20 something points a game. She does wide, Bernie.
Oh yeah,
She's that wide.
Is she playing in the hole, or is she playing?
She come down there with the big body and put it up.
Correct. So but you know her playing style. She plays more like Dame. She pulls up close to half court, and I think recently she broke the NCAA record for points being scored. So
maybe.
Okay, well go ahead, because
I forgot her name. It's a black woman before the outside the NCAA that scored more points than her.
Yeah, and they're kind of trying to say, well, she's a 5th-year senior, or you know, some of that kind of stuff, and she's getting some pushback, but she's a decent player. Like, she can shoot, she can score. I'm not rooting against her. Of course, you know, we're Gamecock fans, so we're gonna be rooting for. And I think they played today and they won. You know, they still undefeated, but they're gonna see her in the tournament and probably in the Final Four. So it'll be good to see how she stacks up her final year, and then as she goes into WNBA, because people don't like to. Oh, I forgot we're supposed to switch to this one, but people don't like to talk about the WNBA or hype the WNBA up. But how do we talked about them lowering the rims?
What happened last year with her? She was a sharpshooter. What happened last year with her?
She put a team out the tournament, and she was talking big, and then somebody did the same thing to her and put her out the tournament, and people kind of felt sorry for her, and they were attacking Angela Reese. So what do you feel? Like, is she a villain? Is she a champion, or should we root for her? Like, how do you feel? Because I didn't like what happened last year, of course, but
now, Mr. Taylor,
you can play.
You are 100% correct.
Let me read his comment.
Okay, read it.
She could average 50 points a game and nobody would still watch the WNBA.
That is correct. I will watch female college basketball play.
Yeah,
yes.
WNBA? Why is that?
Hell no.
Why is that?
Because
this is the best of the best.
No. Female college WNBA feel like they fighting for something.
Yeah.
You know, feel like a rivalry. College, professional. I don't know who them bitches is.
Yeah.
I don't know who they is.
Yeah, and I don't know why they don't market or have them do more where they try to push it, because if they wanted to make it bigger or people watch it a little bit more, they could, but they don't even want to spend money on trying to advertise the WNBA more.
Well, the girls' college is tied to a school.
Mm-hmm.
And the school usually has some kind of heritage or the theme around it.
Yeah.
You know, but NBA, WNBA, no teams just got started in the 2000s.
Right. The Smoking Aces Vegas team. And, you know, it's hard to connect to that. And, you know, will it happen in time? I don't think so. But somebody's got to support it if y'all want it to be bigger than it is, because
if it ain't Lisa Leslie playing, I don't want to watch
it. Well, what about
if it ain't Don Staley playing? I don't want to watch it. And how many years that was ago?
Aja Wilson. What about her?
She all right.
Then they won the championship, but it doesn't draw us to it. You know, I think people have said if they had people dunking, or you know, that would make it more exciting.
Nah, it is something special. You could do it on a college level.
Mm-hmm.
But it's something special. It's just that special sauce they missing.
Yeah, and the fans, like, nobody, if you go to a WNBA game, nobody's interested. Like, nobody's hyping up the team. It's just, but of a college game, of course, you think the people aren't going to be rooting for them. Like, it's going to feel like a real important game.
Brandon, how can you hype up the team with only 10 people in the stands?
So why wouldn't people, if they had a WNBA team here, you don't think I'd be going to the games?
No, you won't be going to the games.
First of all, I said I was
like you going to a middle school game.
No, it's not. These are professionals.
You want to go to a middle school game?
I was gonna go to the Atlanta Dream, because they had the tickets weren't cheap. By the way,
What you mean? It was how much? $7?
I think that was about $70 for some good.
How much?
Tickets?
8?
70. It was 70.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So you think that's too high?
Tickets.
You think that's too high?
Yeah. If it's $70, they must have Usher about to perform for the halftime show or something.
That's crazy.
Something gotta happen.
But all right, shout out to Caitlin Clark. You know, we see you. She's a shooter. You know, we still room for Gamecocks. But
put Timothy on there. Now, Timothy, you may be wrong with that one now.
Do they even have a WNBA All-Star team? Oh shit! No, yeah, Timothy,
you wrong with that one because that thick girl I'm talking about, that girl was just wide. Yeah. Ain't no sixth grade to go ahead of that.
Right.
They ain't with that privy yet. A sixth grader boy is on the same strength as a sixth grader girl. That's why the girls basically them up on in the sixth grade. Right. But let that seventh grade come around, then the boys started getting them testicles dropped.
Right, you're right. Yeah. But speaking of body stuff, and you know, they try to say LeBron was doing steroids. How do you feel about that? You think this is an attack against LeBron?
How LeBron doing steroids, Brandon?
That's
LeBron is doing steroids.
They say a lot of people are doing steroids, but go ahead.
The man can't eat a piece of bread. How he doing steroids and he eating anti-inflammatory food? That's the only thing he eats. How is a man doing steroids and spending $3 million on personal trainers to do some crazy ass shit on video?
Right. And is in shape. He's always thinking about the game. He's working on his game. He's taking care of himself. I think they're just coming after LeBron just because they can't believe what he's doing at this age.
Look at the man's feet. Look at his toes. Man, this man is working hard as he can. His toes like this. He working. He's exercising. Shit, you're making toes like this. That's a sacrifice of your toes.
You're
like
right.
This.
You're right.
God damn. The hand of this man. Just because this man, he ain't out here. See, the problem is with a lot of these basketball players, they got these side women in every damn state.
Okay.
LeBron James allegedly may have one or two.
Right.
While your other guy 30.
Right.
Yeah. So this man ain't stressed out like that.
Timothy said a UFC fighter said he and LeBron has the same PED dealer.
First of all, who's you talking about? And if you ain't the champ, obviously you don't. This man say you some placebos, sugar pills. Yeah, you ain't doing this guy doing.
But you know what I was thinking about, and I watched some of the game where he scored his 40,000 point, and you know that's incredible. But what's wrong with the NBA is we don't have players that are playing at a high level on offense and defense like LeBron is. LeBron gives I'm not gonna say he gives it all every game, but who's playing harder than LeBron? Please tell me,
Brandon.
Please tell me. Go ahead.
LeBron James in 2024 could not play basketball in 2004.
Okay.
If you take this LeBron James,
okay, fair enough. I agree. I agree.
This motherfucker had 6 points a damn game.
I agree, but he's older. That's expected. But you've got young people in their 20s, and they're not playing as hard as LeBron is. That's my point. Like if LeBron could play harder, he would. His body won't let him. His age won't let him.
Playing hard, I don't even want to hear you talking about LeBron James playing hard because
okay, that's right. But go ahead. But tell me, name somebody who is
the man he used to be,
and that's way more than most of these players in the NBA, and that's why.
Sad.
And I know that's what I'm saying, and that's why the NBA is boring now. Because we just have people spotting up, shooting wide open shots mainly. Nobody's playing no real defense. Everybody's friends. They're just not concerned with basketball like most players used to in the 90s, like we like to talk about. In the 2000s, like people are athletic still, but the drive, the passion for the game is just not there like some of these other players, like Kobe. Like Kobe was crazy when he thought about basketball and how he played. He didn't care about nothing else but playing basketball. Some of these other players, they don't really care about it like that. Like Like, well, Ben Simmons. Remember the hype about Ben Simmons? Do you think Ben Simmons care about playing basketball at all?
Well,
and he's one of the highest. Go ahead.
One thing about Ben Simmons, you got to look at it. NBA executives, the guy is light skinned. All right.
Well, so is Jason Tatum. But
no, let me finish my statement.
Go ahead.
So it's a good percentage. He go sizzle out.
So if LeBron James was light skinned, he was a little lighter, he would be the same.
Nah.
I kind of agree.
I was reminiscing about LeBron James. He was a violent. LeBron James was a violent player when he was in his 20s and early 30s. He was coming to that hole and go lay that ball up, no matter what.
Right, and it was hard. It was hard to stop him. What's a player that plays like that now? I can't really name a player that's like one player comes to mind. The one we talked about, Anthony Edwards, to play for the Timberwolves. He's close to that. Like, and even Ja kind of plays aggressive like that, coming to the hole, but that's about it. Really,
there you go. I was gonna say Ja. But Ja is a toothpick with a grape on top of it. So he can't do it, though. His body won't let him do it.
He's trying. His heart is in it, but his body can only take so much.
And he was born, when was the bar he was born? He was born in probably 2000.
What, Ja Morant?
Yeah. Or 98 or 99.
Probably. Let me look it up real quick.
They had the sugar in the water given to these kids back then.
He's from South Carolina too.
Yeah, so he can't do it. He can't do it. LeBron James was born in the right decade.
Oh, Ja Morant's born in 1999, which is crazy.
Okay.
So
LeBron James was born in the right decade and the right size. So his decade made him tougher. His size made him tougher.
Yeah.
Ja Morant,
and his upbringing too, for sure. Or you don't agree?
Maybe I don't. It's halftime. The guys who brought up tough, what would you call? They'd be the weakest man in the earth.
That's true. But you see what's happening to his son. Like, his son got lowered in his draft status. I was just watching something about Dwayne Wade's son. His son, when he was younger, was projected to be one of the top players in the NBA, but kind of fell off. And he
put that dress on, huh?
What you talking about? His brother put the dress on, or
no? You said his son.
No, it's two. He has two. I think it's Zaire and Zaire. Not that one, because he has two sons, but one of his sons was really balling and really projected. He actually played with LeBron's son at Sierra Canyon. He played for 1 year. He kind of wasn't getting the time he needed, and Wade kind of got him off the team. So he ended up moving.
How hard it is to play, Brandon?
What?
Basketball?
I do. But if you don't want to, you're not going to play hard. But if your passion is there and that's what you really want to do and you love it, it's easy. But if your he was famous doing it and you kind of want to do it because he did it, you'll do it for a little while. You'll have success at it because you have all the tools. But if it's not in you, you're not going to want to do it. Same with Gary Payton's son. Like, you can do it. Same with Michael Jordan's son. You could do it. You have all the opportunity and the path is laid for you. But is that really what you want to do?
I don't know. It's hard. Basketball is hard.
For sure.
That's all I'm saying.
For sure.
And to be on these guys' level is very hard to get there.
So should we give NBA a break for how it is, the high scoring games and the lack of defense? I'm not gonna say it's because of the players all the way, but who should we blame? Should we give them a pass, or because I don't even really watch basketball anymore. It's not competitive to me. I'm
gonna answer your question. See, can you pull up a picture of AI? AI said they said AI scored 40 points in today's game.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of haters
at his age now.
No, if he was playing the young AI in today's game, a lot of players say that's a naysay because he couldn't shoot, he couldn't do this.
Mm-hmm.
But what they failed to realize is AI had heart, hustle, and he could drive to that lane.
Yeah. And take the hits and get up and do it again.
Here's the thing. This in this stage of game, he don't have to take no hits.
Oh no, it's not like it was then.
When I look at this age of the game, if you ever get how they view basketball, I don't know a lot of people know what they view in that. But if you play as a slasher in basketball, if the guys in the center or in the paint, if they are spaced out wide, I'm about to dare have a field day.
Right.
And most people don't even know that.
Right.
And that's how they space guys out today. The paint is wide open.
It is.
Because they're guarding the shot.
But that's the problem. It's too many threes. Like it wasn't as many threes as it is now. So what are people doing? They're scoring more inside back then. But now it's like it's wide open. So now it leaves the hole kind of wide open. And I don't know if you saw Shaq's podcast. He had Allen Iverson on there, and he was just giving Allen a lot of props because of how tough he was. And Shaq said he made it a point to kind of go at Iverson. And he kind of went at him and pushed him, because Allen Iverson's coming in the hole. So he was going to try to hit him, try to put his body on him, and maybe that'll break him a little bit. It didn't break him. Allen Iverson was still coming in that lane regardless, doing what he wanted to do just because he was relentless that way. He was just built different. Allen Iverson was just built different. And go ahead.
I will get off my words of Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant, I believe he said in that finals, Allen Iverson was a pest.
For sure,
because he ain't never stopped. He always was on attack, and that was hard. That was difficult,
right?
But Brady knows his best team. They have nobody else. He had Mutombo, and Eric Snow, and what's the guy, the older guy who won the slam dunk contest? Was he
Andre Iguodala? He was maybe coming to the team. I don't think that team. He wasn't on the team when they played the Lakers, but.
See, they didn't have nobody. But
and Shaq was talking about that. He was saying how everybody thought Dikembe Mutombo did a great job on Shaq. He was like, I did whatever I wanted to do against Dikembe Mutombo, and I elbowed him. You remember when he elbowed Dikembe Mutombo? Like it was nothing Dikembe could do. And Allen even said he wished Dikembe would do more, but it was no stopping Shaq. And Shaq took it as a challenge because I think Dikembe said something or whatever. He was like, I'm going to make it a point to do whatever I want to do in this paint. And Kobe's going to do whatever he wants to do. And it's just going to be those two against Allen Iverson. It was nothing he could do about it.
Well, we already know. Only thing that stopped Shaquille O'Neal was age. All right, we already know that. Right. He had to get old. Right. How can Dikembe Mutombo stop Shaq in 2001?
Right. Well, I think that's the thing. He won the Defensive Player of the Year that year, and Shaq said, "Oh, this who y'all got the Defensive Player of the Year. Watch this." So let me show you what I'm gonna do. Because
talking about Shaq,
right? But Dikembe got some blocks, so they was like, that's the Defensive Player of the Year right there.
Shaq is faster, more limber, and stronger.
Better handles, right?
And got more back to the basket game and a better passer than Dikembe. Right. How he go Dikembe go do it? That
right.
See, people didn't know who Shaq was. Shaq was extremely fast.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, for his size.
And that's another thing. Like it's no more Shaqs, it's no more Kobe's. It's not gonna be any more LeBrons, but we're gonna have these new players like it's a Giannis or who else? Like these players are good, but I don't know. You're just not gonna have these superstars where they're gonna be in the GOAT conversation. Even Kevin Durant. Where do you put Kevin Durant? Is he up there? Like I know you don't have him up there as a GOAT player, but is he a superstar like that could carry the league? Who is somebody else gonna be carrying the league? Yeah.
His hair, his DNA on his hair to make him carry the league. But he's a great player.
Yeah, but you can tell he doesn't really
last decade.
Yeah, been hurt. He doesn't really care about basketball like some of these other people are.
That's wrong.
Okay, well, go ahead. I'll tell you why, but go ahead.
Kevin Durant practice all the time.
He practices games for sure.
He cares about his skill set.
But when I'm saying care, I'm talking about like the levels of LeBron or Kobe. Like all they're thinking about is how to be better, how to make my teammates better. Going over play. I'm not saying
Kobe didn't think about how to make my team.
No, I'm talking about LeBron with that. Kobe was like, look, I'm a scorer. You're not gonna stop me. Y'all better feed me the ball, because it's plenty of times Kobe was taking bad shots, wasn't paid. He was triple, double. He's gonna shoot, but you couldn't tell Kobe anything else. That's just who Kobe was.
The problem, Kevin didn't have all that stuff, but he got this one thing.
What? Tall.
That's his frame right there, and he can't handle it.
Right.
That's his frame. He could play basketball. He's a probably better scorer than Kobe Bryant is. Watch this.
More efficient.
Than Michael Jordan.
More efficient for sure.
But the problem is that that's him.
Right.
That's him going down the court.
Right.
And here's the other players. Come on, what you gonna do? And that's other players. Right. You can't do nothing.
Right. Lewis, I know this is the old topic, but I wanted to kind of talk about it briefly, just because it's kind of funny, and it shows the delusion some people have, I guess, and what kind of world they want us to live in compared to the kind of world we actually live in. Because this lady said, if you're not making more than $50,000 a year, you shouldn't be dating. And the statistics show that do most people make under $50,000 or more than $50,000?
Most people make under $50,000. And let's define the word dating.
Okay. Courting, what is it? Taking
dating to me is almost like tricking off, kind of. Okay. Dating is tricking off.
Okay. If
I want to date a girl, Brandon, we going on a date. What's that, Brandon? If you take a girl on a date, what's that, Brandon?
And we're gonna probably go to a nice restaurant. I'm gonna try to show off. You're gonna be entertained. You're gonna have a good time.
Don't that sound like tricking?
It can be, but so we're so far removed from just a regular date. That's the first thing I think people think about, because if you go ahead, you don't think so? Like,
you said courting. So what's the difference between dating and courting?
I'm not sure. I guess it shouldn't be like I have to feel like I'm putting on a show. I'm showing you my best, but I think that's where we are now. Like, you can't just take somebody to a place we talked about, Golden Corral, as a first date. Okay,
what is the difference between dating and courting?
It's no difference really, depending on how serious you are about it.
Like, Brandon, if you talk a little crazy, we're gonna break.
Go ahead. What do you mean? Go ahead, because that's how I see it. Go ahead, but tell me how you see it.
Did you date your wife or did you court your wife, Brandon? Your wife, Brandon.
Which both. One did you do? Did both. But tell me what's the difference, because these are all just words that we can kind of say this. We're doing one, we're doing the other one, but we don't really know which is which, right?
How long did you date your wife?
Let's see. Before we did what? We said we were dating.
How long did you date your wife?
But that's what I'm saying. Like, if you can go on a date with somebody, but you're not dating them.
I'm asking you. How long did you date your wife?
But I'm asking you, because can you go on a date with somebody and not be dating them?
How long did you court your wife?
Okay, then that's what I'm saying. I courted her for maybe like a couple of months before we actually started dating each other.
Okay, I'm confused. So what's the difference between courting and dating?
I think, and that's the thing, like, it's whatever you want to do, because people can say, oh, we're dating, but you're really not dating. You're going on dates. And most of the time, you can be going on a date with somebody and you're not dating them. You're just feeding them. Do you agree with that? Because you can be going on a date with somebody and they have no idea. They have no, I guess what I'm trying to say is you're not going to be really dating them. You don't have a chance to date this person. You're just going out. I needed something to do. I'm hungry. I'm going to give you a chance to feed me. But will we be in a relationship? No.
Brandon, I want to ask your wife. What's the difference between courting and dating?
But that's what I'm saying. These words, we don't even know what these words mean.
I know. I bet she knows.
But that's her opinion on what it means. That's what I'm asking you. But that's what I'm asking you.
Courting means you see somebody who's going to be your significant other for a long-term relationship.
Do you think that's what people are thinking about when they say court? And people don't even know, like I say, we don't even know the definitions of these words that we use and these terms that we use, and they
I
change.
know. I just
So
said the
I hear
definition.
you. I never knew what the definition of courting means. I know what the action is and the action is for, but the real definition for it, I never knew the actual definition.
All right. In my opinion, Brandon dated his wife a few times in his life.
We went on a date, or we dated?
No, you went on a few. You dated a few times with your wife.
Okay, not in a relationship. Just went on.
No. Just listen to me. But you courted even longer.
Yeah.
So a date was used to say, "Hey, I really kind of like this person. I wonder what they got next."
Well, I think you go on dates to try to figure out whether y'all go together, like your chemistry works together.
Yes.
Because can't you want to court somebody and then you start courting them and you figure out we're not going to be in this kind of relationship? No, why not? How do you?
No, well, maybe actually, Brandon, you the married man, so you were the only one who did courting, that a successful court. Brandon, when you realize your wife was you want to be your wife?
Before I started dating her, I just happened to be right.
So you never dated your wife. You always courted your wife.
Yeah. Kinda, actually. And that's but I'm saying, but sometimes you don't know. I could have been wrong, right? And we could have went on dates and I'd be like, nah, that's not really what I want to do.
Well, I'm trying to say, once a man realized that this person, that his significant other wants to be in a long-term relationship, then he start the courting process.
Okay. I agree with you.
The dating is kind of like tricking, and you just, hey,
but why do you
playing the field? I'm seeing what's going on. But once you start courting, you want a serious relationship with that person.
Yeah, but what if you kind of doing a little bit of both? Because you might be serious at first, and then time goes by, you kind of I don't know, you may be trying to entertain somebody else. Then you're like, that's not working. But go ahead.
It's two different things. Dating will cost you a fortune.
Yeah.
Courting may cost you a fortune or may cost you nothing.
You're right.
Because you're trying to test the person to see, hey, man, this is the one.
But let me ask you this. Do you think, because how you explained it is perfect and it makes sense, but can you let a woman know that's what you're doing? Like, say, I want to court you. I don't want to date you. I want to be serious about us, but I'm going to do it differently than I would normally do when I'm dating and I'm tricking in a way. You see what I'm saying?
Because dating maybe trying to impress.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And I feel like I don't need to impress you. I'm just going to show you who I really am. And or do you need to do some more of the impressing on the courting?
No, you should not be impressing on the courting.
But that's what I'm saying. So do you think the females are going to be okay with that? If they see you're serious?
No, because that mean they're down with you. I mean, man, you want to go to Subway? The Subway got $5 foot loads.
Right.
I'm low on money. I only got $15.
All that sounds good in a real world scenario, but in this lady's world, no, because you sound like you broke and you sound like you're struggling.
I said the same thing, Brennan. You proving my point. Dating is tricking. She want to trick off with you. And she want to date you.
But that's what I'm saying.
If a man wants to court her, she'll be like, okay, I'm willing to step down or be with this man, no matter what his status is in life or what he got in life. I'm down for it. She ain't ready for that. She just want to date so she could trick off and get the more expensive stuff.
I hear you, but when she was talking about some of her examples, she was saying how she may be asking for a Chanel bag or the guy taking her to the Chanel store to get a bag, and she's going to tell him, no, just give me $10,000 instead of taking me to the Chanel bag for a property that I want to buy for my beauty salon. But see what I'm saying? Like, it sounds like some people don't want to be courted; they want to be tricked on. But let me play some of what she was saying. so we can kind of make some sense of her point. Hold on, let me stop sharing that one and share this one. Can you see it?
Who make $1,000 or less a year should not date. Take a look.
Can you hear?
If you're making $50,000, don't.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm just being for real. You're not ready to date.
Again, I'm with you.
You're not ready to date, and you're not ready to date because courtship costs.
Okay.
Everything costs.
Okay.
You can go for 22 walks in the park, but eventually, Shorty is gonna need a sip of something. She's gonna be thirsty. This bottle of water is $3 in Atlanta. Let's not play. So if you don't have any expendable cash, don't date.
Okay. All right. So here's clap if you agree with her.
Oh, that's all she was saying. They ain't gonna say, but do you see what she's saying? Like, some people want you to have money to blow, and if you don't have money to blow, don't even take me on a date. If you're trying to be smart with your money and take us to Subway, maybe you're not ready to date. Maybe you shouldn't be courting right now. Maybe you should be working harder.
Well, she just said courtship costs money, and from my opinion, I think courtship is cheaper than dating.
I do. Now that you broke it down the way you did, I agree.
Damn.
And
I'm trying to find a wife. If something happened to me and we courted, you my wife.
Right.
And then something happened to me, my money ain't coming right.
Yeah.
You be like, fuck that. Well, hold on. Something ain't right here. That's why you court a person to see who they really are. Do they really?
Well, you're trying to invest in somebody long term, so you're not just dating people off and on until you get 60, 70, and you screwed at that point. That's not screwed, but you want to invest in somebody and stick with the one person. You don't want to keep jumping around.
Could you look up the definition of courting, Brandon?
Let me check. I don't even want to know what the definition is, because what you said makes more sense than anything I've heard or thought of.
Okay, I got it. Put it on here. No, put it up there. See if you got it. I got it right here.
Okay,
I got the web Pelica version. If you want to see it, all right. Can you see this?
Yeah. Go ahead.
It's let me see. Can I make it bigger? You got it right. Women are master with words, but they change the words to fit their scenarios. Courtship is a period wherein some couples get to know each other prior to a possible marriage or committed romance. Courtship traditionally may begin after what's that, Brandon?
Betrothal? I don't know what that is.
It may exclude some celebration marriage. So
I think we far away from that. But that makes sense though. But how many people you think are looking at dating that way? Or when people think about dating, what do you think one of the first things come to mind? Where are we going out to eat? What are you gonna do? They're not really. I don't think they're not. Go ahead.
That's why I said dating and courting is two completely dating.
But I think they think it's the same thing.
It's not.
But you're right. I like how you broke that down for sure, because it makes it. Go ahead.
Brandon put his hand on the Bible at some point and said, "For better or worse, to death do us part."
Right.
Those words actually mean something. That means Brandon already went through the courting process and did a covenant before God that said, "I will love you, do better than work, better or worse." And what's is worse? I'm broke. What's is worse? My dick don't get hard no more.
Right.
What is worse? My breath stink. What is worse? I lost my job. What is worse? My health went down.
Yeah.
What the hell dating got to do with that stuff, Brandon?
I get you, but people think, okay, I want to date. It's gonna be superficial. It's not going to be meaningful, but we're going to call it dating and we're going to do it, when they really need to just call it tricking. Let's not even call it dating, because that's not what we're really doing. I think.
Look at this. Look at this. Read that, Brandon. Can you read this?
What? The process of courtship seeks to avoid many of the pitfalls that often exist in dating relationships. But people don't even know this. People aren't even looking at it this way.
See,
and I think that's why chivalry is dead. We don't even understand the principles and stuff, how it's set up. We got a new age way of dating and looking at relationships and dating. Nobody's courting. Nobody's really courting. And if you're courting, you're gonna have a finish. If you follow the courtship, you're gonna be married soon. You're on that path, right?
Because it says dating has pitfalls.
It does.
That's why I use the word tricking. That ain't no positive thing. That's a negative thing.
Right. So should people be trying to date? If you're not serious, you should be dating. Is that what you're saying?
You date on. You may go on 2, 3, maybe 3 dates to see, can I make it to the courtship stage? Well, if you can't make it to the courtship stage, stop it. Take your losses and move on. Unless what women allowed to do now, you could date and fuck at the same time. So
well, where does they get you? Does they get you?
The guys, it may be all right.
Right. It's an okay second prize. I mean, well, like a door prize. So,
but the women don't want that. Most women don't want to be dating and effing.
Yeah,
they want courtship.
Right, especially if it's going to be unprotected, and then that's going to lead to having kids out of wedlock, and all those things, and it's messing up your status as far as trying to find a partner. Not messing it up in a bad way, but you're not helping yourself. I'll say that.
Man, that statement sums it up right there. Pitfalls that often exist in dating relationships. So that's exactly. Before I read this, I said it don't cost money to date.
Right.
No, to courtship.
I know what you mean.
Because you could be broke and say, let's have a good time watching the sun go down.
But my thing is, how do you explain that to somebody? How would I explain that to that lady right there? Or she's just not ready for courtship. And that's the thing. You can't do that with every woman.
That lady is a bust down, Brandon. Now,
but do you think she knows that?
No, look at the picture, Brandon. Her face is wide from the top to the bottom. All right.
Okay.
She got the shoulders of a linebacker. Her chest is broad, but not popping out. They lay low and broad. And if you look at her, she got the loop in the back of the elbow. She got all of that, bro. Don't be confused by this lady.
But I think she feels like she deserves a man that's making a lot of money, somebody to court her, to give her all the things she needs. Is that delusional to think? What should she be doing? Because I think she feels like she's in the right and she's got everything.
She messed up. She's 35, like they was
probably
dead 25 years ago when she was in her prime. She wasted good opportunities dating.
Yeah.
Dating to trick, to pull money out of a male's pockets.
Yeah. And I think that's what people don't understand. Like when you're in your prime, that's when your value is the highest. But as you get older and as your body starts changing, your value is gonna kind of go down. I think it's, and other platforms and YouTube channels talk about it. Like for some reason, as men get older, we get better. Sometimes our value can go up because we bring more to the table. We have more wisdom. We have more money, more resources. As women get older, not saying all women value, but it starts decreasing a little bit because they compete at a different level.
Her value, women, as you get older, to a stranger, your value is lower.
And is that offensive to say?
Not, this is the motherfucker. That's the motherfucking truth.
Right. And now, it's hard for people to take the truth sometimes, but it is what it is.
Watch this. As Brandon's wife get older, her value still stays the same or go up.
It could, but why do you say that?
Because because she's
saying
not a stranger.
Single? Okay.
She's not a stranger.
You're right.
You know who she is. She's with you.
Right.
But imagine you have no idea. Just imagine.
You just met somebody at the grocery store.
You just met your wife today, and you don't have no idea about her past.
Right.
You looking at her with a side eye.
Yeah, exactly. And that's all. And that's all men do. We come into a situation. I don't know this lady at all, but all we do is look at what you have, and then the next thing we do is we listen to what you say. You saying, "Oh, you need Chanel bags, and you want somebody to spend money on you on dates." You're 35. I may not want to do that. I may want to get somebody that's maybe younger or maybe with a different mindset. So it's just going to be harder for her to find somebody that she's looking for.
Despite what Kevin Samuels and all these black male YouTube personalities says, women do have value the entire lifestyle. But here's the key. You have to build with a person, just with anybody else, male or female. You grow up, you build with them, then you get that built-in value.
Yeah.
That's everlasting.
Yeah. But if you just jump into person to person and you never really building a foundation with somebody, it is what it is.
Correct. Now, this middle-aged woman, she halfway to 70. Let's talk about
it. Fair enough.
She got a house. Mm-hmm. She got everything. If a guy come in her life, she be looking like, you ain't getting my house. You ain't getting my car.
Right.
Let's take it on the other side. A male, halfway to 70. He got a house. He got everything. She coming in life. Shoot, you ain't getting my house. You see, they got to protect something. But if you start off when you didn't have nothing,
you don't have to worry about it. Yeah, I got you. That makes sense.
Wide back woman. Yeah.
Do you want to end it there? Because I know we said we was gonna do 4 minutes per topic.
Yeah, let's do sometime this.
Okay, this week. Okay,
we go Monday through Tuesday, Brady.
We'll do Tuesday.
Okay, yeah, we could do Tuesday.
Okay.
Yeah, Monday to Tuesday, and we could do Jerry Jones down here. Then we could do the other one.
Okay, that sounds good.
All right,
I'll let you kick it out. Yeah. Oh, I thought you were saying you want to do Jerry Jones today. You want to do Jerry Jones Tuesday?
You want to do him? Yeah, no. Let's do him real quick. Let's see can I do him. Because I got to have the energy for this damn thing.
Well, we can wait. We already did an hour. We already did an hour and something.
Yeah, I don't know. I got the energy. Because I'm supposed to say, these hoes ain't loyal. I wasn't like saying it.
That's fine. We'll end it here. Thank you guys so much for watching. We really appreciate it. We got to get our subs up. We got to get more engagement. So make sure you guys check out all of our videos. Give us some comments on them. Tell us what you think. Like I say, we love black women. We love black people. We love all people. I think sometimes people want people who pander to certain crowds. No, we call it like we see it. We call it straight down the line. You want to say anything before we get out of here?
You're right. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure we got some new stuff coming out. Make sure you get our new stuff once we get posted up. And guys, be blessed. Take care of yourself. Try not to be argument. Wow, fuck it. Do what you gotta do. Shit.
I get what you're saying though. sometimes being argumentative or being just being in a bad mood. Sometimes people are stuck in a bad mood and it'll rub off on everybody else and it'll just bounce around. So
sometimes you need that bad mood. Shit, you gotta get it off.
You think so? You think so?
Get talk about it off the chest.
Yeah, to talk about it. But y'all take care. We'll see y'all Tuesday.